Okay, guys, I am in Oswego, Illinois. It is Saturday, March 14th, 6:45. My show starts at 7, so I'm running behind. But I am at the Little White School Museum. I think Limelight Theater. I don't know if that's an actual building and they're just doing it here instead for some reason, or if that's just the name of the group. But I'm here to see a kids show called The Odyssey, a comedy, mostly, I think. Something like that. So a comedic take on The Odyssey. So don't know much about it, but again, I'm just checking out different shows in different venues. But there's already a ton of people here, so I'm going to head in and try to get a good seat. Okay, gotta talk about the Odyssey, a comedy mostly. And I'm pretty busy today, so I gotta do this quick, but that fits because I don't really have... my hair probably looks weird. I think I got hat hair. I need to not turn to the side. I don't have a lot to say about this. I didn't particularly enjoy it, but I don't have any constructive criticism. I don't have any reasons why. It was very minimally staged. There were no backdrops. There were no sets. But that was true of the Sherlock show I went to, and I enjoyed that. It was about a story that I'm not familiar with, but that was true of Little Women and Bright Star, and I enjoyed those. It wasn't... I thought it was going to be like young children, and it was like teenagers and maybe older, which is fine. That just kind of threw me for a loop. But how do I want to phrase this? The type of show that it was, with very minimal staging, very minimal. It was literally just benches for the only thing that were ever on the stage. The stage was very small. It was just a platform in this room. The chairs were just folding chairs. It wasn't an auditorium. It was an old, schoolhouse building. I think that a lot of the choices that were made, because there were scenes where there was supposed to be fog, right? So kids just came up and held a big white blanket or whatever and shook it to be the fog, and that's how they did staging and things like that. But I think that kind of stuff would have gone over better for me if it were younger kids, because I'm a little bit more forgiving with that kind of stuff. But I can't hold that against these teenagers, because they're not the ones that made that decision. A lot of the actors played multiple roles, which again, I've seen in things like The Sherlock Show and 39 Steps, but with these Greek gods and mythological characters, it was just a lot for me to try to keep track of. And with a story that's as complicated as The Odyssey, trying to cram it down and simplify it and streamline it, I don't know. Like I said, the kids did fine. And the type of stuff that they did for the staging, I would be fine with another show. So I think it's just the story. I think just the story doesn't pull me in, doesn't interest me. The characters don't pull me in. But I don't have any... Usually I try to think of ways that, if they did this, it would have been improved. Or if they did... I think it's just, this isn't for me. And that's fine. Not everything is going to be for me. But like I said, I wouldn't hold it against any of them or the director or anything like that. I think everybody did as well as they could with what they had. It was a fine presentation. Just not a fan of this particular story. And that's okay. And my cat is climbing behind the TV. So I'm going to go take care of that. Like I said, this was a short one for me today. But that's all I got. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.